You hear that? It's just so great. It's the first night out. We got in at Coal Bank Landing. We had a little wind to start with, and then it calmed down. It rained a little in the morning, but not bad. And then we got to the lunch place, and after lunch, the winds actually were at our back. The river was calm. We came into camp, and as we always do, people go to their tents and do what they're going to do, brush their teeth or whatever. And then we have a hike, and this is called the Slot Canyon hike. And so we're in the Slot Canyon, which is sandstone, but you're hemmed in at places you have to squeeze your way through. You can see the sky above, but and I was telling the story about when Clark and Sacagawea and Charbonneau and her child Jean Baptiste got caught in a flash flood near the Great Falls, near here, and the water rose 15 feet in a few minutes, and they could have drowned. They nearly did. They were helped by York, the enslaved man who pulled them out, and they lost some things. Her cradle board. They lost a compass, so they later recovered. And Clark said he lost his umbrella, and I was telling the story, like, what was he doing with an umbrella? I was really because he was redheaded and, the sun. But anyways, and I was telling the story of how the water can rise so fast in these little ruts, in these little canyons, and the water suddenly started to rise. People were really starting to worry, and then it rose like 4 inches, and then it rose 8 inches, and then giant sheets of brown water were shooting through the crevices in the canyon and creating this significant little rivulet. And now people really began to panic because there were some places where we had to kind of scramble on our butts down, and it was a little bit dangerous. And actually several people panicked. I was like, I'm going to stab. And luckily Jamie and Chris, two of the outfitter's best people, were there. And there were about 5 that were sort of stuck up there. It hailed, by the way, too. It hailed pea-size and at times, small marble size hail. So we were getting the full Lewis and Clark, I can tell you that. It was fantastic. It was truly one of the best experiences of my life. And without question, the most authentic Lewis and Clark experience of my life. And then I was so worried because Jamie and a few were stuck up there. And I thought, if someone gets hurt, this is no longer a funny story. You can hear the thunder, the lightning. This is a great storm. I'm thrilled. Now, there will be some unhappy people. There'll be people that got their clothes wet in their sleeping bags. There will be people who are in a bad mood now. Food is uncertain because the crew to cook is going to have a very hard time. And even if they get food, we'll have to go out in the rain to get it. And there's no room service here on the Missouri River. Anyway, as Theodore Roosevelt would say in this case, by Godfrey, but this is fun. And it is fun, and it is so interesting. We've had one other big rainstorm before, and we've had a couple of, really quick rain showers and then clears. We've never had this. And the Slot Canyon will never, I've been in there 20 times, and there's never even a hint of water in it. This time, it's a raging river. It's the kind of thing you hear about in the canyons of the Colorado. It was spectacular. Now, we're all going to dry out. Life goes on. This rain can't last all night, or can it? And so cool. I'm just loving this. And then we'll come out, and people will have stories to tell, and I hope no one is upset. It wouldn't surprise me, because it can be a very upsetting thing to have a flash flood come to you on a pike, but such things happen, and it was so authentic. Anyway, we'll see you down the road.